Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, Love and Light. Today, I wanted to offer you love and light and encouragement and continued forward positive motion with all of your endeavors, your projects, your partnerships, and even the group applications that you may be in the middle of, surrounded by, partnered with, if you will, in order to achieve a greater picture, a more designed, grand designed masterpiece in the end, right? And we know as people that we don't know every single thing about every single thing unless all we do from minute to night is learn everything that there is around us. But theoretically, realistically, that doesn't happen. So when you reach out and you rely on more liaisons or more connections or more links, more energy, if you will, that harbor, embrace, and cultivate certain talents that you have not yet acquired, but you know that they would work well within the plan, the solution, the system, whatever that project, endeavor, or circumstance may be, right? That you could be involved with a group of other energy with, right? The long short of it is that if other energy isn't holding up what you perceive the next step or their end or their part or whatever, it's not for you to get upset or fall into some type of dismay or, perceive hardship or even any type of an unforeseeable, fixable situation, because everything is fixable. And if you use your clarity and your discernment, what could have been a great vision, with one group of energies, may have, sadly, unintentionally, unwillingly, on your part, morphed into something that's more of a tug of war. Because maybe other energies are involved, and maybe these other energies that are formative to the partnership have the talent and the skill, but they don't have the empathy, the compassion, or the devotion to any particular project. So they just come in, they do whatever, and then they leave. And they don't put any extra in. And sometimes they don't even do everything that they say they're going to on a timely basis, because there's no need on their part, because the desire, for whatever reason, isn't shared. But like I said, don't get upset, because I find myself right there. I went and developed a great partnership and was able to format and publish 2 books that I myself wrote. It's all my words, nobody else's. And I was able to get them printed. I was even able to get a website. And with that website, I, thought it was complete, right? That I had received what I paid for, and that my intent was to have a completely functioning, for my benefit as well as the benefit of everyone else, a formatted website that would lead to prosperity in every direction, right? Not just for, the sender or the receiver, but also for the visitors as well, right? So what I found out was that that's not the case. And what I partnered with in this aspect of my endeavor now needs to be reevaluated by me. And now I'm in a better mindset and a better physical position, right? My body is moving a little bit better, and my eye I can see a little bit clearer. Not really like to read small print, but that was why I hired somebody to help me. Doesn't always work out the way you intend, but that's okay, because that just wants you to put another foot forward and go ahead anyway, and take the applications into your own hand, like I will do, and see if I can't learn the website, the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, and then, see what I could do in order to fix it, to make it more secure so that it holds my structure. Because if your foundation is faulty, then everything above it is going to tumble. And although I know this, and although my desire is strong and my intent is clear, the partnership, at least this aspect of it, doesn't really see my vision as clear. So I'm going to learn. I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to put my best foot forward, and I am going to look to see what I could do in order to help me. Because when you reach out for help in other directions, you may be greeted with warmth and love, but those energies may not ever respond again. So, like, if someone says, yes, I know this application, I know how it works, and I could help you with it, we could walk through it together, and I could be your eyes and explain to you, right? Like any good teacher would when they have the information and they're willing to provide it, right? To offer a guiding, helping hand. And then when it actually comes down to doing it, they don't do it. You hear crickets. You can call them, you can send them notes, you could reach out and be like, are you there? But you don't hear nothing. And then when those other energies that you reached out to, who agreed, decide that it's okay, they'll reach out, but they'll reach out without saying anything. They'll bring a whole different subject at hand, and then they'll be like, toodaloo, and then that's the end of it. That could happen. That has happened. But that doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean you throw in the towel. That doesn't mean you give up. That means that you look for other solutions that you can handle better with your own abilities. And you'll never know how far you can stretch, or you can learn, or you can grow and develop if you don't try. So even though it was something at one point that you didn't have time to fit into your world, for regardless the reason, because that happens too, right? I know that was me. I needed to get my head and my body back, and I needed to continue to write my life in a biography, a teachable biography, and my spiritual adventures in the beginning of my ascension and my awareness. And I continued to leave video updates, encouraging messages every single day, regardless of how I felt. And yes, maybe I missed one or two here and there, but I also need self-care. So I listen to my body, and I listen to my position, and then I read, navigate, resonate with the clarity, the wisdom, and the knowledge that I'm receiving. The encouragement and the determination is even that much more vibrant in velocity of energy, because not only am I taking the reins and controlling my future with my clear intent, my positive direction, and my forward growth. But now I'm going and I'm learning what once eluded me so that I never have to worry about relying on a partnership that doesn't align the same energy as me. And this way, I don't get frustrated or upset or, sideswiped, if you will, when you think that something is handled only to find out it's not. There might even be money involved in that. But at this point, you need to understand what's more important. Saying that you're right and making a point of it, or walking your path of righteousness toward your destiny, because you're going to get it anyway. That's already written in the stars. It's already written in your contract. At some point that you're going to turn the switch on, you're going to start moving and acquire more motivation and determination while you become more and more aware, and your vibration ascends higher and higher. You also pivot and change your mindset, and then other doors of opportunities start opening, some that maybe you weren't ready to open, didn't have access to, didn't see, whatever the relationship was in the past. It was all a learning moment, a technique, a situation, in order to propel you, me, and everyone in between to their rightful place within the tapestry of humanity and the masterpiece of life, right? So don't give up. Just look for another solution. And don't get annoyed or hold bad energy. Don't even dwell. Because you know what? You can never really control what another energy does. You could lead them to water, but that doesn't mean that they're going to drink. Ha ha ha, right? Old metaphor. But what I can tell you is that when you hold your life, your future, your direction, your choice, and your love, whether it be for self or for others or for whatever, right? Because love is the highest vibration of all. And when you do it out of a place of true authenticness, like you're your quirky self and you're, doing you the best way you can while you're migrating through life, learning, growing, appreciating, developing, right? And spreading your love and your cheer through your accomplishments. And you'll soon see that other energy will stop trying to fight, to harm, to hinder, because they'll drop off and fall away. Because once you show that you're growing and that you're a more stable person, energy, structure, your foundation will firm up under you, because you would have already uncovered the tools that you needed through your own hand and your own solution-based, pivoted mindset. It's a great place to be. And if you're scared, if you don't know, if you think this is way bigger than you, don't be. Don't harbor any of those things. If anything, dust them away, right? Into the abyss that they came, and allow the love and the light and the determination and trial and error and positive growth lay upon your lap like a nice warm cozy blanket, hugging you tight, encouraging you while comforting you, leading you while protecting you. My lovely collective, I will certainly let you know how far I get with my website technical, newfound, solution-based endeavor that I intend to do by my own hand. Because when I reached out for assistance, it was far and few between. And if I did receive a yes, I never heard from them again. So truly, it's meant for me to discover. Apparently, every other door has been shut for me. And if you find yourself walking in such a direction, you're not alone. Because I'm going through some of what you may be feeling, sensing, or enduring. And with a smile, love in your heart, and a positive, forward, pivoted mindset, solutions will become achievable, and they will be encouraged by your spirit team because they know that you can handle this. It wouldn't have been put in your path if it was something that was going to trip you up forever. Growth comes when we stretch our consciousness, when we go places that may not be so easily seen, right? But the vibration is wonderfully high, warm, and inviting. Trust that. It's your compass point leading you toward your real footpath. Love and light, peace and joy. I love you.